3 different ways you can use drag and drop in your classroom. So I am on Canva, and drag and drop is such an easy, fun way to add in interactivity, engagement, and a fun element into your lesson slides. Really easy. You don't have to create a whole new lesson. You don't have to change up exactly what you're doing. You can just add it to your slide, anywhere on your slide where it serves as a good option. So here are 3 ways that you can use drag and drop, and hopefully you can see this. So way number 1 is using it as a fill in the blank. So mine says a blank has 4 sides, and I have words down here or I have pictures down here. Either one, you don't have to have both, but just depending on your learners, your age, what you're teaching, I can drag and drop, a square. So I've just taught square, we're learning about square shapes, and I can drag that in here. Or if my students are super young, like preschoolers, we're just learning what these shapes are, I can have a picture. A square has 4 sides. Count the sides. I can quickly just make this bigger so my students can see the square and the sides. So that's one way you can use drag and drop, is to fill in the blank. Another fun way is with a board game, and my characters move on my board game. Super fun, great way to review anything you're teaching. You can practice anything you're teaching with a board game. So I have all of these characters off to the side, and then I just let students pick what character they would like to use, and I just drag it over here and we play a game, answer questions, I roll dice, and then I move each individual character for them on the board. So you play it just like a board game. It's a race to the finish. Students really love a board game. It makes it super fun. And the last way you can use any kind of drag and drop feature is use it as a manipulative. So you're moving pieces on the screen to help you do something. And I use a lot of manipulatives in math. So I have this word problem, and instead of just having a word problem on a slide, Sally picked 3 apples from a tree, and I am drawing with the zoom annotation tools, writing out 3 and 7. I can use pictures to make it more engaging, make it more fun. My students are watching my slide because I can move these apples. So Sally picked 3 apples from the tree, so I'm going to give Sally 3 apples. And then there are still 7 apples on the tree. So I'm going to put those 7 apples, on the tree. If that ever happens, you just have to change the position, move it back. Now that apple will see. Oh, and that does just not... I know exactly why that happens, and it's going to happen for all my apples, so I won't move all 7. But I put my apples on my slide, and then I put my tree on the slide, and because I did that, my apples are always going to be behind my tree. Just a quick tip. So double check to make sure before you teach that your objects work and they're not hiding behind objects like this. And you just have to change that position forward and you're good to go. Okay, so I'm moving these all for my students. They have 7 apples on the tree. I'm going to put 7 apples on the tree, and then we're ready to solve it together. How many apples are there all together? I let students solve this by themselves and write the number down somewhere. But with this fun activity, they are more engaged, they're watching the pictures move, and it helps them, depending on your learners, if they need this support. For very young learners, yes, it's great. And they're ready to learn. So there are 3 ways you can use drag and drop today if you would want to. With any manipulatives your class needs, a board game for drag and drop pieces, or a fill in the blank. And that can be easily added into any lessons that have anything like that, any kind of activity like that, you can add